Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Agents of Reflection Scar, Episode 17, Breaking Out. This is one of our Digimon tabletop RPG campaigns being run with our custom Scar system, or stories and creatures in alternate realities. This system is available for open playtest on our Discord as well as itch.io. But for now, we are joined today by Conrad, who will be doing some 3D art. You'll see him on the stream in a few minutes here. Though he is stepping out for a minute, so he'll be back. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get into introductions. Go for it, Mattio.
What's up, guys? Matirasu here, and welcome to another big Oh, wait. This isn't YouTube. Hey, guys. I'm Matirasu. I'm a storyteller for Agents of Reflection, and you can catch me over on twitch.tv/Matirasu doing all kinds of other stuff, including coding challenges and video games. Thank you for having me on, Sid.
Absolutely. I am Razim, and I am playing as Kashel, the Shadow Metal type Kudamon. Off to David.
Hello, I am Merl, and I am playing David, the basic type Galmon. Off to Hyro.
Hello, I'm Ren playing Hyro the Renamon, Light and Shadow type. On to you, Sammy.
My name is Gabriel Gepka, and I'll be playing Sammy the Windfire type Digimon. On to you.
I'm Azure, and I'll be playing Wyatt, the electric metal type Pulsemon.
Alright, and for the recap, go for it, Sammy.
As if you would have told me, I bonked my elbow on the chair and it hurts, and now my arm is tingling.
That does happen.
Maybe.
Alright, Brendan, then.
Alright. Last time, David was released from the infirmary with the caveat that he wasn't supposed to get into combat situation for a few more days. Wyatt got Edgar released from holding
Edgar.
and started.
Sorry.
Cognito hazard.
You need me to go, Ren? I can still do the recap.
No, I got it. Edgar released from holding and started showing him around the facilities of the first and second annexes. Hyro, having somewhat recovered from his state, received a visit from King. The Beto Gamamon apologized, having realized that he was caused problems for Hyro and was worried about him. Worried that he was hurt and not talking about it with anyone. Hyro clarified that while everything that happened added up, there was more going on. On King's request, Hyro confided in King that he wanted to fully become a Digimon. He was uncomfortable in his own human body and felt far more at home in his Digimon form. King asked to get a better look at Hyro's other form, and he obliged. The Beto Gamamon was seemingly awestruck by the Renamon, but pulled himself together once he realized he was staring. A smaller crown, matching the one King had presented to Hyro through a rift. The Renamon took it and placed it on his head by King. I was flustered by that and by King complimenting how he looked with the crown. Hyro gave King a hug, and King thanked Hyro for trusting him. As Kashel and Sammy were heading to the hangar to go on a mission, Jacob stopped them and informed them that they just received a new intel and the situation had changed. He told them to gather up the entire team because it wasn't going to be a simple job anymore. With a message in the group chat, and a reluctant parting between Wyatt and Edgar, the agents assembled in the hangar to get briefed. The local militia had raided Kobold's manor, and the agents were also going to have to get past soldiers as well as anything Kobold might have set up for them. Castillo has requested that the agents do everything they possibly could to avoid unnecessary bloodshed on that mission. The agents were informed that Kobold likely was hiding in a shelter or safe room beneath the manor. They were also given permission to battle if things went south. With their briefing concluded, the agents boarded a helicopter which quickly brought them to their destination. On site, the agents began scouting the estates from a distance. The building and grounds were covered with guards, inside and out. It was decided that Sammy would cause a diversion to take some of the heat off the estate to give Cashel, Hyro, David, Wyatt, and Jacob an easier ingress. Sammy, with the help of Cashel, repaired a broken radio he found in Crane's helicopter and tuned it to a militia's frequency. He then began running down the street, away from the estate, throwing rocks through the windows and blasting Brick Astley over the militia's communication frequency. This succeeded in drawing nearly half the soldiers away from the estate and severely crippled their ability to relay information. The agents stealthily made their way to the outer wall of the estate and snuck in through a maintenance door. Then they climbed up to the balcony on the third floor and inside the adjoining room found a sharply dressed man taunting 3 guards keeping an eye on him. Changing into their Digimon forms, minus Jacob, the agents knocked out the guards and freed the man. He, after trying to dodge a question, introduced himself as James Rickaby. The agents and Rickaby came to the agreement that he would show where the Kobold's safe room was and they would protect him. Rickaby then pulled a violin case under the bed and they all moved out. After Jake accidentally directed the agents to incorrect rooms on the second floor, they appeared down to the ground floor where 7-8 guards were stationed, including one which was heavily armored and wielding a pair of shotguns. Turning back to Jack, the agents found him trying to light a Molotov he produced from the violin case and hug it to the armored fella. The agents quickly and quietly grabbed Jake and dragged him back to the previously cleared room and began questioning him. As the agents had their mission, Rickaby also had his. Cashel deemed that Rickaby was too much of a liability to keep with them and attempted to knock him out to vexate him. 3 attacks from 3 different forms later, and Jacob was bloody, beaten, begging for the agents to stop, and still not unconscious. The agents came to the conclusion that Jake wasn't human, as no human could withstand the much punishment from Digimon. At that point, Jacob intervened, saying that he watched Jack, while others searched for a way down without alerting soldiers, and that is where we left off.
All right. Having been turned. Oh.
Sorry, I just realized I made a mistake on the thing. It's James, not Jack.
Oh.
James Rickaby.
It's okay, Azure. Pat, 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 pat.
Your DM will remember that.
Thank you very much.
266 tipped $15.
Thank you for that tip, Frosty Bite. I really appreciate that.
Can I clarify our tip goal before we continue?
Go for it.
Okay, because I wanted to make sure you understood this too. So, if we meet the low effort animatics tip goal, then I am going to dust off the drawing tablet. I'm going to pick some of my favorite moments from Agents of Reflection, and I'm going to do some cute little 4 or 5 frame animatics for each of them. That is what is meant by that tip goal.
Nice. Neat.
Anyway, we have our orders from Jacob. Mr. Rickaby is favorably subdued, let's say. And you all have a mission. How do you proceed?
David had agreed to stay behind with
A generous bestowal.
a generous bestowal.
Renasal 59 tip $23.39.
Why the cents?
Why not just make it $25?
Even 24 would be
Thank you for
okay,
the
or
tip.
23.
David with the generous bestowal of fist to the face.
Sigh. But yeah, David had agreed to stay behind with the prisoner just in case he's pulling a Palpatine and is not as injured as he claims to be.
All right. What's everyone else doing?
We were looking for a window so we could go to the floor below without having to go through all the dudes.
All right. Having a look around on this floor, there is one bedroom with a window to the outside. Unfortunately, it's not the kind that opens. Merely a fixed structure.
Ugh. Well, dang.
Do you nevertheless wish to use the window?
No, because we're still in stealth, and breaking the window will alert them.
What if you remove the window?
Okay, how would we remove it then?
You need like a crowbar, and that still
Sure,
would make
Michelle
noise.
has something.
Cashel absolutely has tools to remove the window, but we are not going to be able to do it quietly.
Yeah,
Windows are all stealth, you know?
that's not how that works.
I thought stealth was just doing everything as loud as possible, yelling stealth while you do it.
Oh, so that's what I've been doing wrong. Got it.
Yelling stealth and non-lethal.
That's how I stealth.
As you murder everyone. Oh no.
Non-lethal. Window to the rock to the window.
I don't. On a similar vein, do you think we could pry up the floorboards without it being too loud? Probably not, right?
Are you asking the storyteller or other players?
Anyone who will answer, really.
That is definitely a no.
Yeah. I was just floating the idea out there. Just in case.
Sorry if I'm far from my mic, I'm trying to find something on the floor.
Oh. Everything alright?
Yes, just trying to find a thing that fell on the floor.
If you just
He has
take them up by
dropped-
surprise and beat them up.
He has dropped his very small respect for Raban on the floor and is looking for it.
I don't think he'll ever find it. Not anymore.
Oh, is that what we're calling his last revolver bullet?
Sorry for derailing. Proceed.
Are there air vents?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not on this floor, anyways.
Because Cashel totally would fit in an air vent.
I mean, Hyro's good at stealth, right?
So is Cashel.
Could try to have one of you like sneak past them and create another diversion to have them like move there and out of the path.
Yeah, but then you risk getting shot with double shotgun McGee down there.
Yeah.
We can sacrifice Hyro.
Wow, okay.
Oh dear.
You know, that's
No,
not a
no,
terrible idea. Like, I mean,
What?
he did throw 39 cents in there.
And to be fair, if he rolls well, I'm sure he can make it.
But if he but again, reminder, this is Ren.
I'm willing to risk it. I don't know.
That's a
about you.
very big if for if he rolls well.
Some of you may die, but that is a risk I'm willing to take.
Correction, one of you may die.
Do you want Hyro to die?
No.
No.
But it'll make someone in chat cry.
We'd have Key crying at work when he's
Yeah.
listening to the session.
We'd have a Gabby's co-worker crying at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go back up to the 3rd floor and see if there's a window there. It'd be a bit more shimmying, but
I mean, there's that if we do that, we might as well just go out to the balcony that we
Yeah.
came up on.
I mean, that might be the best idea we have so far. There's no guards up there anymore.
Well, there's some, but
A severely reduced force, considering.
uh-huh. And it means we don't have to deal with Double Shotgun McGee.
Is that gonna be his nickname for here on out?
over there thinking he's Doom Guy with his
Yeah,
double barrel
dual wield.
shotguns.
He's literally dual wielding shotguns.
Does anyone remember his actual nickname?
No.
No. It's been like 2 weeks at least. No.
That's fair. Mr. Rickaby was calling him Cyclops earlier because he only has one eye.
Oh, Cyclops.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe ableist.
Oh.
So not only is he using he's dual wielding shotguns, he has poor depth perception.
That's why he's got the 2 shotguns.
He's gonna hit something.
A miss. Not enough ale.
I
Thank
use
you, I know.
a shotgun. You know why? Because the shotgun
generous
doesn't
bestowal.
miss. Thank you
I
for
mean-
the tip, Frosty Bite.
266 tipped $12.30.
I respect Frost Husky.
I respect you, Frost Husky. I respect.
On
It's
one hand,
$50.69. So
Very nice.
that's what I'm saying. On one hand, it's nice. On the other hand, it's still cents. It would have been better if it was $69.
what about $69.69?
Oh yeah, can we get a $19 donation? Okay.
Anyway. What are we?
But yeah, David's not there, but out of character, I would suggest the balcony would probably be the best bet if you're trying to go to the 1st floor through a window.
Yeah.
Can someone remind me if we ever dealt with the guy who was patrolling upstairs?
I mean, I think we got the guys in the room that were.
We did
bullying,
knock
or-
them all out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did
Even the
knock
one in
them
the
out, yeah.
hallway?
Yes.
I believe
Okay,
so.
All right. Just
A
making sure.
generous bestowal.
Quick, someone in the comments of the YouTube cut. Let me know if they're gaslighting me.
There you go. $69.69.
Thank you, I know.
Nice. Nice.
Now I'm torn. Still cents, but it's double nice.
Anyway, yeah, I guess we go back to the balcony.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Dux has reminded me of Sammy fan art.
Oh?
Oh.
That was Sammy fan art.
Yes. Enjoy.
Don't Aw.
Cute.
Aww.
That's cute.
It's like hugging your favorite plushie. That's the plushie may rant to you about quantum mechanics. Or air currents.
I love that they remembered the scar too.
Oh. Oh.
And I know it was a 50-50 guess, but they even got the correct eye. But maybe they weren't guessing. Maybe they really knew.
I mean, I know that it's Sammy's right eye.
Why do you know that?
Because I wrote it down at least once.
You're colluding with the Piedmon. Are
No.
you the traitorous agent? Kill him. Kill him right now.
I am not.
He doesn't
I
get
don't-
away.
Anyway,
Out on the balcony, you can see what appears to be a tense standoff between a local homeowner and the militia. The homeowner, unarmed, trying to explain that there was just a crazed madman blasting Rick Astley and throwing rocks through their windows. All the while, the militia, very desperately trying to get onto the property, perhaps convinced that the madman is still in there. It's a very strange scene, but not relevant to the situation you're in now.
I was like, wait, did I miss something?
they're like the next house over.
I was like, wait, what?
But yeah, I assume they are appropriately distracted for us to go back down the rope, if it's still there, and try to find a window to go in on the first floor that doesn't immediately have us appear right in front of Cyclops.
The guards are not facing your direction, so they are appropriately distracted. However, the civilians may not be. Is that a risk you're willing to take?
Cashel? Is that a risk you're willing to take?
Risking a civilian? Is that the
Seeing
question?
us?
Oh, them seeing us.
Yeah, especially from like the house, the next yard over. It's either sneaking past them or sneaking past all the dudes on the first floor.
Text Sammy to distract them.
Sammy's already distracting a lot of them.
I mean, we have to do something.
Yeah.
I'd say this probably I don't like it.
But also,
Out of the two options we have, this is probably the more safer option for us.
who's more likely to notice us? A
Yeah.
bunch of soldiers or some random civvies who are already engaged in a conversation?
Shotgun McGee doesn't have depth perception. He's gonna have disadvantage.
Yeah, but he also has like 8 other guys with him.
We don't worry about them.
No, it's okay.
What's up?
I was just going to give you guys the tools to metagame, but then I was like, probably more fun if I don't do that. That said, we are doing a show here, so we will need a decision.
Yes.
I say you should all risk it.
I mean, it's better to get seen. We're less likely to get seen by some random civilians that aren't looking for us than the soldiers who are on high alert.
Here's the way I read it, right? There's that, but also you were told to not be seen.
Yeah.
If you get seen by the civvy, you can't really do anything about it. If you go to Shotgun McGee, you could at least in theory knock them out and then like memory erase.
We could fight, but like
I'm
we're
more
trying not
likely
to do
fight.
that.
It's a more likely fight where you could possibly still end it better, or a higher risk, higher reward. I go for the high risk, high reward. You got higher with you.
What is supposed to mean?
You know exactly what that's supposed to mean, and it's not good.
You got it, Ren. I believe in you.
I
Do
mean,
it.
Hyrule also does have a lot of stealth, but
I believe in Ren.
Don't!
I do.
if anything, I feel like Cashel and Hyro. Well, Cashel should go first, then Hyro, then Wyatt, who is the worst at stealth here. He's not the worst, like awful. He has 2 subterfuge, but
I could just picture it. Cashel and Hyro go down stealthily, and then Wyatt Tarzan yells down the rope.
If he succeeds, he just like trips
Okay.
and falls over and falls too fast for the person to see him.
Are there any other windows that open on the 3rd or 2nd floor?
There is no other window that opens on the 2nd floor, and the 3rd floor, there may be, but it would lie behind a door you haven't opened yet. Do you care to search the entirety of the 3rd floor?
I mean, we might as well.
we might as well.
All right. So, there are 2 other doors on this floor. One, the appropriate size and shape to be a closet, and the other could be anything. Which would you like to examine first?
Start with the closet. We might find
Yep.
something useful in it.
Like Hyra.
All right. You open the closet and find a heavy iron safe and a bunch of cleaning supplies.
Huh. How big is the safe? How heavy?
The safe is about the size of a countertop toaster oven,
Uh-huh.
and it's... Is encumbrance a thing in Scar?
Bulk is. One bulk is roughly equal to a longsword.
Oh, so this is a lot of bulk.
Yeah, you're gonna feel like you're wielding a great hammer while holding this thing.
I believe I remember Maddie saying Cyclops was not standing directly below the stairwell.
That's right.
Darn.
What, were you gonna
yes.
Looney Tunes him?
Yes.
What?
Just
What?
drop a safe on his head.
Cartoon idea, not cartoon physics. This man will likely die if you do that.
Yeah. But also, Rikubi's gonna kill him the second he has the opportunity, so...
But remember, we're trying not to kill anybody.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's not our problem if Rikubi kills him. It's our problem if we kill him.
Fair. I don't suppose either of you know how to crack a safe. Because if
I
If
guess that
Kerbal-
would be under appraisal then, right?
No.
To crack a safe?
Subterfuge?
Yes, it would be under subterfuge.
Oh.
I believe in you, Ren.
I mean, Hyro could try and see if he could do it.
Do you have lockpicks?
No.
Well, if it's a safe that's a combination instead of key,
Yeah, that was one. I thought it was a combination.
well, that also depends. Is it a keypad or an actual like rotary thing?
What do you
tumbler,
dial?
So, or not the dial, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I should have specified. It is a modern keypad.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Turn your flashlight on and look for the indentation of the fingerprints to see what numbers are present.
So, Cashel does have the tools for this. But I
As
don't think there's
expected.
anything in there that we need.
Yeah, but it could be.
Could be what?
We're trying to find as many tools as we can to get through this. And again, reminder: this is the house of a chemist and former mirror pool agent.
Fine.
There might actually be something important in there.
Fine. Cashel will attempt to pick the lock.
Well, it's a
Or, you know,
keypad, but-
get in. Not pick
I
it,
just-
but you know.
like a
Glad to
technology
see
roll.
David. Or sorry, glad to see Wyatt passing the persuasion check on Cashel.
I really don't think there's anything in here for us, but fine. Any bonus for the tools that I've got?
I will give you a bonus for the tools, but if without looking it up you can tell me specifics of your process that makes sense to me, I will give you an even greater reduction in difficulty.
Using tech, I can help you. I can give you a dot.
Teamwork.
If this were a more normal lock, I could actually walk you through that. I literally got a lockpick set in today that I was studying and such.
Interesting.
But that is for,
But
you know, normal blocks. The key ones. But I'm
It's a
afraid, no,
keypad.
I cannot walk you through it for that.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, yes,
Well,
you do
I
get
mean-
a reduction.
Okay, so there is some that I can say. Like, a lot of safes, and I mean a lot of safes, have very simple flaws that can be exploited. So, you know, getting out his picks and running it through the cracks in the door, it all depends on if this is one of those safes with one of those flaws. But I can go along the edge of it and see if I can find the actual latch. And a lot of times that latch can be simply disengaged. But
Okay, I
again,
like where your head's at.
but that's
trouble
as
is-
far as I know for actually cracking in there. If it's doesn't have one of those flaws, then yeah, I don't know.
Tell you what, I will give you spiritually, emotionally, I will give you points for knowing that. However, this is one of the bar latched safes, kind of like you'd see in a modern deadbolt lock.
Yeah,
So
those
it's
can
not
still
going to
be
be that
bypassed
easy.
that way.
They can.
Oh, I have been watching so many lockpicking videos and such over the years. I've had a lot of interest in it.
Okay.
But
well,
yes, even those have little flaws. In that case, the flaw is more often where you would, I mean, you can use a, can of soda, cut off a little bit of it, push it in there, get it to slide along the bolt, and then the latch is underneath it.
Oh shit!
behind
I
the
do know
bolt.
this one. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Okay, well, you have just described part of the process. So go ahead and take a 3-point reduction to this check.
You sounded
You mean
so
3 extra
excited.
dice or 3 lower difficulty?
Lower the difficulty by 3.
I will go with 2 because that is the max on the system.
Okay.
But I still appreciate that.
Teamwork?
I will take Wyatt's technology.
Teamwork?
Please just take Rand. I believe in him.
Teamwork!
Damn.
I mean, no ones. You can't argue with that.
Come on!
And I did
That's a
use
lot.
logic on this, by the way.
Okay. Not only do you open it, you make it look pretty easy. In less than 3 seconds, you have the latch disengaged and the safe swings open to reveal a very small, almost wallet-sized manila envelope, as well as a map, or a blueprint, I should say, of the house.
Oh. Well, that's handy.
Wyatt gives
You're gonna get
Cashel a
me killed.
look.
I'm better on my own.
Oh no.
He doesn't say anything, but it's definitely the "I told you so" energy.
You know, I will accept it. You were right.
And you will accept my teamwork next time.
No. No, we won't, Ren.
You have to now.
Hyro, your yapping was very disruptive to me trying to do that, you know.
Howard just grumbles.
A
Anyway,
curse twig-
Okay,
Sorry,
so
go
there
ahead.
was a blueprint and what else in here?
a small manila envelope.
He's gonna look through it. The envelope.
All right. I didn't actually do a great job describing this envelope. So, this envelope is bulged outwards pretty forcefully, and inside you find a brick of the local currency. Like a pretty high denomination by the looks of these characters, bound with rubber bands. There's no telling what this is worth in credits, but could be a nice payday.
May I attempt an etiquette to determine exactly how much this is?
Would that be
Sure.
appraisal?
No, etiquette is for languages. I mean, appraisal would be determining, you know, I am looking at this little figurine to determine how much that is worth. But in
Okay.
this case, it literally has it printed on there. We just need to determine what is 1 and what is 10. Or 9, or whatever, you know.
Teamwork?
Oh, right, I have to
You have to.
accept it. Farm you, Ren. Farm you.
Listen, how bad could it be?
What is your teamwork?
2.
No ones. Oh, a single one.
Ren's were both 10.
Ha! Let's go!
Hell yeah.
Ren,
Gift wand.
I will remind
Master.
you that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
That's not overconfidence! I just like, there's a good rule! I want
That's-
good rules!
No, that's not overconfidence. That's him getting a single victory.
Oh.
A single little victory.
Him
Yes, and
reveling
his
in that.
response to that...
Just
Well,
let him have his moments. Just
It's
let
few
him
and far
have
between.
his moments.
Him being you.
All right. This being a a relatively poor region in reference to the greater economic world. These bills likely have a lot of value. Like each individual one probably has a lot of value in terms of US currency. Furthermore, the sheer number of them that you have means you're holding in one hand more than your team would make over the course of about 5 expeditions. If you can find someone to take it, you have hit pay dirt.
Oh. That means going to Jiro.
Or we can find other options. But Cashel is going to, put that away for now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just write it down.
Pay dirt. Foreign pay dirt.
Yeah, that works. Foreign pay dirt.
Nigerian prince's stash.
Maybe Iranian in this case? Or what was it?
No.
I forgot what
We're somewhere in the Middle East.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And the blueprint.
Yes, that is what we're especially interested in. Cashel will be studying that.
All right. It's pretty clear what the most interesting detail of this little map is. That on the first floor, in the middle of the kitchen floor, to be precise, is a large square outlined in bold ink. You imagine this is the trapdoor Rickaby was trying to communicate to you.
And it's in the kitchen, you said?
That's right.
We're in the middle.
And
Where
are we in relation to this?
About 2 floors above it.
2 floors
Like
above.
directly?
Yes.
Okay.
Or sorry, no. You would be if you were standing in the bedroom that you guys came in through.
Oh, okay. With the balcony?
Yes.
Oh. So it's directly beneath the balcony. Huh. Well. There any, like... I assume there's no other way to get to the kitchen other than past the militia, or outside.
If you could find a way to enter through the front door without being detected, you would have a straight shot to the kitchen and not be exposed to Cyclops at all.
The front door is also where the rest of the militia is.
Correct.
Sacrifice Hyra. Sacrifice Hyra.
Yeah, God, why do you want to sacrifice Hyro so badly?
I mean, Kip Kat might be onto something.
Ka-chow?
Y'all being so rude to the red.
It'll break so many hearts.
I'm just gonna pull Ren in and give him head pats.
Just imagine King's devastation when we bring back the news.
Oh my God!
Y'all are feeling punchy tonight.
We can
Hey,
find
now.
a Hyro colored flower and give it to him along with the news.
Oh my God!
No, thank you.
What's wrong with Punchy?
The bad kind of punchy.
Arr.
There's good punchy. David's good punchy. You know, there's a time and a place for Punchy.
Okay.
Wanting to sacrifice Hyro is not the time or place.
Are we certain of this?
Oh
Yes.
my god!
Please do not get attached to this idea.
Okay, but yeah.
Front
door.
No, we're not going through the front door.
Back
We will
door.
get
Okay, so my question is, where the heck is Sammy right now?
somewhere.
I think if we follow the gunshots,
Don't get shot, Sammy. Just
Have I
Wyatt
been
looking out a window at the mayhem in the distance, just like, don't get shot, Sammy.
Maria, have I been shot?
No.
There you go.
Oh.
I'll just keep raising the option. If you need to get in touch with him, he's got his phone with him.
Yeah, but he's also sprinting with a radio and throwing rocks.
Huh? Time for bashing something?
Thank you, Ido.
I guess the option that we stand to gain the most on is the going down from the balcony and going in a window underneath.
Oh, there's an idea.
You will fall yet.
But
yeah, Alright. I think what we're going to do is... Hyro, I want you to be waiting on the second story stairwell. You and Wyatt both. Listen. I will go out the window, or out the balcony. I will fly down, try to find a way in. Try to get there stealthily. If you hear any disturbance from them down there, then you make a distraction.
Is this our only option?
Do you see another option?
No, but I don't like it.
no, we could make a distraction.
Oh, I know we can. I'm just saying I don't like the
Yeah,
situation
no,
we're
but a
in.
distraction that does not directly put us in their line of sight, too.
Yeah.
There are windows. We could break a window. Away from Jacob and David. Like on the other side of the house.
The best option when you are going stealth is not to alert the guards at all. We would rather them have no suspicion that we are here, period.
But if commotion starts happening with you,
that's when...
and we need to make a distraction anyway.
Yes, at that time, go ahead and break a window. Drop the
Yeah.
safe. Whatever you want to do. Not on one of them.
Wyatt's eyes lit up for a second when you said drop the safe.
No, just close enough to scare him.
I'm sorry. I just can picture like a show. Look at Wyatt. We're like not on them.
Wyatt's leaning over the edge of the stairs with a big smile
In-
and the face hovering over him, and it's just like, Wyatt, no. Oh.
Sounds like the best plan we have.
Yeah.
All right. Is that our plan?
Yes.
Okay.
As soon as Kishel goes, Wyatt's gonna move the safe in position.
And where are you
which
headed,
is-
Kishel?
He is going out the balcony, trying to stay close to the wall and essentially dropping straight down
All right.
to the ground, obviously stopping himself at the last moment, that kind of thing. And otherwise trying to find a window that he could open.
All right. You land just outside of the kitchen. You know that you've done that because there is indeed a double window sat right in front of you. One that is secured by a latch on the inside, but nevertheless can be opened.
All right. He will go through that window.
As you slowly fiddle with the latch on the inside from the outside, presumably using your lockpicking kit.
Yes.
The latch comes free with a bit of a click, louder than you would hoped for, but thankfully not noticed by anyone. And from there, you're able to just slip on inside. There is one guard that you can see from where you are now. At the entrance to the kitchen, his back faces you.
Strangling shadows.
All right, roll that damage.
That must be terrifying, though. Just like a horror movie yanked out of the doorway by the shadows as they choke you out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to point out, I did not have any ones in the first roll. Then Hyro assisted. Also, welcome back, Conrad.
It's just gonna be
Welcome back,
Hyro's fault
Conrad.
eventually, innit?
Did you use your exploding 10, by the way, or are you gonna save that?
I will save it.
Okay.
I am just trying to knock this guy out, not kill him.
So, the man drops a half-eaten slice of cheese to the floor as he struggles with his throat and mouth, as the strangling shadows pulls him presumably into the kitchen.
Yes.
And
You raided the fridge!
yeah, he's out.
Also, I have been playing way too much Zomboid, I think, because my first thought here was, quick, raid the fridge ourselves! Maybe there's some unrotten food in there.
You'd be surprised how often burglars go for the fridge.
I mean, look. If you burgle like 5 houses and you save $20 on food every house, that's $100.
Well, see, the thing is, the common criminal, for some reason, is compelled to go to the fridge, pull something out of it, and begin eating right then and there. Like, they're not stealing food to take back. They're just fucking eating right then.
It's a mid-burgle snack.
Yeah. I want to know the psychology behind that, but that's not this session. What is this session is you now have an unconscious guard in the kitchen.
Put him in the fridge.
Goodness.
Nah, he'd die in the freezer.
Well, first off, going to vexate him. He may not have seen me, but we don't want him to, even remember being knocked out by physical shadows.
All right.
Put him in like a cupboard or something.
Man is unconscious and vexated.
Oh, that. And now we're gonna go for the trapdoor.
All right. You lift open the trapdoor, and it comes open surprisingly easily, as well as... Well, sorry. Let me go through the details. You first have to move a rug, a cleaning mat, which has been placed in the middle of the floor. And then the trapdoor has a convenient little fold-out handle, which you are easily able to pull right up, and someone has been taking great care of the hinges on this trapdoor because it makes no sound even as you do so. Just then, the earpiece will hum to life. Jacob, on the other end, asks, well, first, he says, hey, I wanted to apologize about earlier. I'm sorry to be so harsh about these things, and we're still a team. I didn't, I'm sorry.
Okay. First off, Cashel is going, before he opens the trapdoor, I was going to say this.
Okay.
He's going to position the guard just in case, in a, sitting against the cabinet and put the food right in his hand.
Okay.
Just in case, make sure that if anybody does come investigating where he is, food coma,
Just took a nap.
Lamau.
I mean, he's already being unprofessional and raiding the fridge, right?
All right. So
now,
you have your cover story there.
For the trapdoor, was I able to get it fully open and see inside, or before the Jacob started talking?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, he's going to just ignore it for the moment. Probably not great for Jacob's, self-esteem right now and all that, but priorities. He's gonna...
That's okay. He has David with him to let him know that Cashel can be single, can get tunnel vision on a mission.
But otherwise, he's going to whisper down into the area under the trapdoor. What was that guy's name again?
Herbold.
Herbold, are you in here?
You whisper down into the passageway and receive no answer.
Is it just pitch black in there, or?
Yeah, mostly.
Handy dandy flashlight time!
All right. You flick on the flashlight and reveal a dark passageway, mostly supported by wood, but otherwise seemingly built right into the ground, which leads just a little further down to another, much heavier iron door.
Ah. In that case, he's going to, So was the trapdoor obvious when I was, What was it obvious when I was...
It was uncovered by the rug?
Yeah, when it was uncovered by the rug. Thank you.
Yeah, especially the handle, which You know the little handle that comes on modern ammo boxes?
Yes.
That is just sticking out of a random panel of wood, so that definitely would be questioned.
Ah. Okay. So I can't do anything about that. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go with it then.
I have a question then.
Hmm?
How did Gerald get the rug back on top of the trapdoor if you can't access the rug from inside the trapdoor?
You know, that's actually a very good question. I'm gonna look around for that. For an explanation.
Alright. You have a brief glance around and are unable to find any explanation for how he pulled off that little magic trick.
Well, in that case, I suppose we're just gonna carry on.
You close the trapdoor behind you?
No, probably not worth it. If we need to make a quick exit, then we don't really want that, you know, there. You know, we don't want it closed if we need to quickly get out. But either way, Kashel's going to go up to the, he's going to go up to the door, lightly knock on it.
Knock on the heavy iron door echoes through the cavern that you're standing in.
Second thought, maybe I should have closed the, Oh well, too late now. You were going to say, Bren?
Just to be clear, we're hearing nothing out at all from our floor.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Just Wyatt holding the safe. just waiting for an excuse.
I just keep glancing at Wyatt like, oh boy.
There's no response at first, Kushel, but then comes barking? Something inside the door is barking at you. And not like a big, loud, aggressive bark. Like a tiny little something.
Chihuahua. Alright, well, Kashel is going to, call out, Kerbal. Quietly, but, you know, trying to be loud enough to be heard.
Alright, so you're calling out to Kerbal?
Yes.
Alright. Brief, another brief pause, and then the barking, reinvigorated, continues to ring through the door. And this time, over the barking, you hear, Askuyat Ayuna Alehainu.
Etiquette to figure out what is being said?
Sure.
Oh wait, that was without Hyro's assistance this time. Drop the last two. So that would make it a
Okay.
3. I'm going to soul the remaining one.
4.
Yeah, I'll
Anything
stick
else?
with the 4.
Okay. Uh, you can tell by the urgency in the voice of the speaker that they want something based on what they've said to resolve very quickly. Given the context clues, you imagine they may be telling the dog to be quiet.
Gerbil, I am Kashel. I am with the organization you contacted.
Kashu?
Kashel.
Another long pause. A growl from inside the door. And then, much, much closer to the door this time, you hear... Mirrorball?
Yes.
Another pensive pause. Kamiyadaru.
Any idea what that means?
How many?
We have a team of 6. We've been instructed not to cause harm, though. I'm the only one out here right now, though. The others are stationed elsewhere throughout the facility. Or throughout the building.
Just them. A light flickers from above you and to your right, indicating the presence of a camera. And then the voice comes through again. Bring them. Let me see them all.
Lamau.
That's...
Logistical nightmare.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that will not be possible. One of our team is running this distraction to keep most of the guards away. They aren't even in the building. Another one, the 2 of them are watching over a captive. The other 2 are watching for us to... watching for any activity from the guards outside.
Another long pause during which you swear you can hear labored breathing from the other side of the door. And then, in a much more methodical tone, arrange your friends' retreat. Those who can't come with me.
Go with you where?
I can't sneak from this place. We travel through Otherworld.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Lamau.
Boy.
One moment. Kashel's gonna go ahead and float back over, close the trap door, and then get on the radio with Jacob. Or on the earpiece, you know. Actually, he's gonna go back to the door real quick. How did you get the rug back over the trapdoor above?
Tell me I didn't miss Wyatt throwing the safe.
Brian?
Did I miss
Fred's
Wyatt throwing the
broken.
safe?
No, I'm still holding it, waiting for an excuse.
And I was like, hold.
Quietly, but yes.
Yes, quiet, of course, but hold.
No, Gabby, all you missed was a pretty funny question.
Oh dear.
Fiddle playing idiot.
Ah, him. Understood.
Oh.
I had a feeling, but I wanted to be sure. Alright, so now he's getting on the radio with Jacob. It is alright. We did not mean... I did not anticipate them not being human. That was a bit much for anyone to go through. It was supposed to be a quick and over with, knock them out and we're done. Either way, I have found Kerbal. He is not in a capacity to sneak out of here.
Then what do you recommend?
Well, we have one of two options. Fight everyone that's here, unless we break one of our orders of no bloodshed, or I go with him through the digital world, or through the other world. And you all make your escape the way you were before.
Cashel, I gotta confide in you, buddy. I don't think either of those are a good idea.
I don't think so either. However, if I go with him through the other world, then it is only my life at risk. If we fight those the guards here, then everyone's lives are at risk.
Well, Jacob looks over his shoulder at... Is it David who's with him?
Yes.
Yes.
He'll stand and walk to the corner of the room, lowering his voice to say, well, how do you feel about a bit of subterfuge then?
Is that on the earpiece, or?
Yeah.
What did you have in mind?
Listen, I know this Kerbold fella. He's smart. He's a great liar, a great talker in general. I was going to save this bit for the end, but I really don't think we can bring him back to base. I think it's dangerous for everyone, including Castillo. It goes against orders, sure, but I think maybe the best choice we can make here is he doesn't come home. And when we found him here, he was already dead. Understand?
I don't know about Wyatt, Dido, but yes, Cashel is still wounded. Or injured.
Yep.
What's up?
Can David hear any of this or no?
No. Oh,
Okay.
I thought you were asking about Hyro.
No,
No.
David.
I don't know. Would David be able to hear his whispering, or was he intentionally hiding that little tidbit?
He was hiding, but Would you like to roll perception?
Sure. Hold on just a second.
Like, I know Hyro and Wyatt is nowhere near whatever they are, so.
Yeah. Well, technically we're like down the hall from them.
Yeah, but like, we don't realize what's
furthest.
going on. Yeah, we
Nope.
have no idea.
Hear the
I got
militia
2
team,
on
you
that
think?
one.
So yeah, David doesn't hear that.
Why do you believe it would be dangerous for him to go back?
Something about him being, a biological weapons expert, someone who took issue with Mirapool to begin with. I mean, he's on death's door and now he wants to come back. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I agree on that front. However, the other side of this is, can we afford to undermine Castillo at this moment?
Well, why don't we just twist the truth a little bit? Get all the information you can from him before you put him down. Then we get Castillo what he wants, and we don't have to deal with a pissed off Kurbold.
forgot the bull!
Either way, I will have to likely go to the other side with him. I don't know if he's already got a portal open or not, but I don't think I can try and get the information out of him now, but I have my doubts about that capability.
Still, I don't want you traveling alone with him. Can we send anyone?
Who do you think could sneak down and into a window?
Well, all your
Think-
friends who snuck up and into a window.
Fair enough.
Hyro.
Send David down.
Sadge.
Hyro and Wyatt both have their... They both have others that are with them where they are at Mirapool, and... Well, Sammy is far away at the moment. So send the two of them down, or send David down, and I will take David with me.
Sounds good.
Oh no.
Jacob will turn his head back towards David and say, "All right, pal. Looks like you've been reassigned. Cashel needs you downstairs."
Copy that.
I tell him
Yeah.
that he needs to go out the balcony window, around to the kitchen. Actually, it wasn't around, it was directly below, right?
Directly below the balcony room, which is on the
That's
third
right.
floor.
He'll need to go around the, or down the balcony, and into the kitchen. There's a trap door. Come down there with me.
And Jacob will faithfully relay that information.
David will copy that and make his way to the balcony room.
He has to pass us.
Yeah.
He will give a wave and look at Wyatt holding a safe and
With
just
Pyro just
tilt,
like giving him like, wait.
tilt his head a little, just wave, and then proceed to the balcony room.
Wyatt will tilt his head at David.
Where are you going, David? Whispering, of course.
Stage whispering.
Yeah.
Going to Cachel's location. They need me for something.
Okay.
Do they need us for anything or no?
No, y'all just keep doing whatever it is you're doing with that safe.
Give a thumbs up. And continue to hold Wyatt.
Wyatt's not actually like about to throw it. He just has it in case he needs to.
Yeah. But still, I still have this stupid image like Wyatt just like holding it above his head.
Above
like,
his head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jacob will be
CJ.
Jacob will be out shortly behind David, giving a tap on the shoulder to both Hyro and Wyatt. Come on, guys. Our mission's just about over. We need to regroup.
Okay.
At this point,
Wyatt will-
David's already moving to the balcony.
Wyatt will carefully set the safe down.
Are you giving me a sad look? Why are you doing that?
Ears droop slightly.
He like
That's
no, he's fine. And then as we go to move, he like looks over his shoulder back at the safe. A little sad, but then keeps going.
that said, there is one small wrinkle in your plan to just leave. Up until now, you've had a captive.
Oh. Is he just gone now?
Yeah. I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
mean, he's not gone. He's still
Oh.
where Jacob left him.
Oh.
I mean,
Uh,
we could just leave him there.
Well, I was gonna go back to Jacob. Hey, where's that guy we knocked out?
We didn't knock him out.
We explicitly did not knock him out.
He's probably still in the bed, recovering.
Maybe we
Should
just
we-
leave him?
Should we do that though? I don't feel comfortable just leaving him there.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
dead
but-
meat if those guards wake up.
Yeah, but we also have to
He's also
drag
a
him out.
He's also most likely a Digimon.
Or at least not human.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll figure something out. I guess we're all heading to the balcony because that's our exit point.
Well, whatever you guys are planning, you'd best cook it up quick. We need to get Gabby out of his little tiff.
Sammy.
Sorry. Yeah, Sammy. Except he wouldn't even say that. He would say Sammy's operative name.
Pawn.
Pawn.
Yeah.
Fetch cute.
Fetch is cute.
Fetch is cute.
Hyro will go back to the bedroom and see if he's still there.
Rickaby.
One James Rickaby lay on his side, cuddling his violin case.
Isn't it a fiddle?
I use those words interchangeably. I know they're not the same thing. That's just how I use them.
Okay, well,
But-
we're leaving.
But yeah, taxonomically, it is a violin, if anyone asks. James unwraps himself from around the case, slowly standing up and says, well, goodbye then.
No. If we leave you here, you're dead.
Oh, please, I think I'm dead if I go with you.
Mm,
No,
no.
the situation has changed from
We at
what
least want to get you out of here.
Yes.
Is the small golden one dead?
Hyro looks at Wyatt.
Is that...
He's asking about Cashel.
Oh.
Oh.
Not as far as I'm aware. Wyatt looks at Jacob.
Jacob vigorously shakes his head, to which Rickaby replies, I think I'd rather take my chances with Mr. Garth One-Eye if that's all the same to you.
I mean,
It
apparently...
might be out of well, I'm not there, but
Yeah.
it might be a additional distraction.
Before we all go, you can still say no, but can you tell us who you really are? Since you know our Digimon forms.
Certainly, he says, popping the violin case open and pulling out not another Molotov, but his violin.
Wait. Don't make noise. We don't want to get got by like 5 to 10 guards.
You guys do have such boring ways of doing things, he says,
Oh.
putting the violin away.
Yeah, but boring means not getting shot.
Or being dead.
Well, those are same outcome.
Well, if you must know, I am James Rickaby, the world's greatest demi-human.
Hyro raised an eyebrow at that.
Now, I know what you're thinking, and yes, it's all severely classified information that I technically shouldn't be telling you right now, but, well, it seems you all know more than you let on as well. So let me share with you 2 simple truths. My father was a very, very brave human. And my mother, the most beautiful Digimon you had ever seen.
Hyro raised his eyebrows even more.
Huh. Huh.
Yep.
I guess love finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Oh, don't be so disgusting.
Oh.
My father had so much more respect for her than to do anything like that. No.
Hyro shakes his head. No, I'm not mad or angry about it. I'm just like surprised than anything else.
Hopeful for his chances with King.
I could tell you more about my genesis, don't get me wrong, but you're going to have to promise to keep the black-furred golden one away from me.
Sure.
Can we make that deal?
Wyatt extends a hand for a handshake. seal the deal.
Hyrule just nods.
Then a deal it is, he says, bowing, taking your hand and shaking it vigorously.
Uh-huh.
You know, with this deal, I've decided I would quite like to come with you all and conduct this little interview in a more safe location.
Mm-hmm. Very well.
Please, lead the way.
Yep.
And Hyrule looks at Jacob.
Mm-hmm. I guess we go back up to the balcony.
Are all going to kill Cashel.
No.
Cashel doesn't even know about this deal yet.
Yeah. No, our deal is simply to keep Cashel away from this guy.
Yep, that's all it was.
He doesn't like Cashel. Which, considering what he's been through, perfectly valid. And suddenly things make a lot more sense.
Yeah, it certainly does. That's why Hyro's eyebrows like just keep rising, like, oh, this can actually happen. Oh.
With that, Rickaby wipes a bit of blood from his nose and says, now, this exit, where did you say it was?
There's a rope tied to the balcony. And then there's a maintenance door to the side there on that side of the wall. And then we go a couple buildings down and there's a helicopter there.
Oh, darling, you don't have to tell me anything about the structure of this place. I've worked here for 4 years. I was more curious about the helicopter.
Yeah, fair, valid.
Fair.
He approaches the balcony and draws in a deep breath.
Oh no.
As if he's thinking of shouting something, but he glances at you, shrugs, and then shimmies down the rope.
Hyro gave like, oh god, thank god he didn't do that. Whispering, of course.
I hope he doesn't continue to do things like that.
I have a feeling he will.
I don't think your heart can take it, Hyro.
I know.
Wyatt will go down the rope.
And Hyro follows.
All right. David.
Hello.
You have successfully made your way to the trapdoor.
I know, I'm sorry.
Presumably still closed.
David will carefully open the trapdoor and proceed down it and close it back up.
Cashel light floods in from behind you as David enters and slowly closes the door behind him.
All right, David. You ready for a trip to the other world?
As ready as I'll ever be, boss.
Wait, did David even realize what's happening?
No, he's just rolling with it.
Oh, of course, Jacob insisting on this does mean that Cashel is no longer going to go the route of terminate this guy. Not that he was thrilled on that idea in the first place.
David doesn't even know that part of the conversation.
Yep.
God, we have a big-ass group of people lying to each other now.
Yay!
What a tangled web we weave, eh?
Hooray! Subterfuge is literally our jobs! Yay!
Yeah, most of the team is lying to Cashel. Cashel is lying to Jacob. Jacob's lying to fucking Castillo. Goddamn.
I'm trying to think how Wyatt is lying to Cashel.
Well, we're not really lying, but we're actually doing something that he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Well, yeah, you're going behind Kachel's back, I should say.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, Kachel has his methods of getting information, and we have ours.
Yep.
Well, look, Kachel said he liked it from behind, so, behind his back.
Wow.
And Sammy's oblivious to things happening inside. Yes! Sammy has no idea any of this is going on.
Yeah.
He's just blissfully ignorant of all of this.
Now here's the question. How are we going to call Sammy back?
He has a phone!
Oh yeah, fair. Just send him a text.
But David's
I've
gonna
been
be
telling you this the entire session.
So, funny you should say that, Sammy. Right about this time, you get a text in the group chat, seeming to come from Jacob, and it just helicopter emoji, target emoji, question mark.
Thumbs up.
K.
Jolly emoji. Nah.
But is it like a K or K period?
K period.
Perfect. Helicopter time. Let's go. We're out of here.
Oh my god.
So how do you disengage from your pursuers?
It kind of depends, because ideally, I
Great
will
fun,
just try
eh?
to
Right, boo?
run in one direction and shake them off.
Oh no. Frosty Bite. What he redeemed.
Oh no.
Tell you what, let me see what Frosty wants, and then we'll come back to this.
This can only end well.
I pray it ends well.
This one might be denied, Frosty, but I'll send it off.
Ooh.
Feel the backhand of justice!
Oh, okay, that's a Streamloots pack.
But I
Yeah.
don't want to be backhanded.
Interesting.
You can always
That's
say
what
no,
was good.
Maddie.
Let me see what this is real quick. Oh, I was just looking at information on this thing. Okay.
What?
No.
Yeah, I think we can do this one. I think we can
Oh
do this one.
no.
Concern.
Concern.
All it does is cut out a bunch of checks from Sammy's process.
Oh, good.
Oh, so it's a good thing.
Yeah. So, just then, as you confirm that you're headed towards the helicopter, a small, green rift will open beside you, and, a trio of claws will tap the ground. As you hear a whisper, "Want some help?"
Kind of claws.
You can see the fuzzy little paw they're attached to, so you're sure this is not your haunt.
Oh. Yeah, sure. Thank you. And he's just gonna go. Don't
All
any
right.
ask questions they want to help?
Wait. So Sammy's going to the. Oh my god.
Sammy, you are pulled through into a very small cubic space with a small mammalian-looking creature with a band around its three-pronged tail. It has 4 paws, 3 claws apiece, and wing-looking ears. The thing smiles up at you like an excitable puppy and says, "Hello."
Do I know you?
No. But a friend told me you needed help getting back to your friends, so here. He brings his claws above his head and slashes downward, creating another rift, on the other side of which you can see your companions making their way towards the helicopter.
Oh, thank you. I was afraid I was gonna get shot. Can I know your name?
I don't have a name in the same way you guys do, but if anyone asks, tell them Gazamon helped you.
Gazumon. Thank you, Wing Ears. And he's gonna jump into the other rift.
Just gonna type that into chat so chat can see. Wait, can you guys see that in Fantasy Grounds?
Yes. Gazimon.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Got it. And as soon as you're out, the rift closes behind you. To the rest of you, a rift has just opened and Sammy steps out of it.
How we just said like what?
I think I avoided them. I'm not getting shot anymore.
We can see that, but what's with the rift?
Gazimon sent me. Or sent the help to me. Smile. Thumbs up.
Hyrule looks back at Wyatt. Are you seeing this?
Anyway, let's go. Elevator. Or helicopter.
As the word elevator slips out of your mouth, you hear a faint cackle, Sammy.
Helicopter.
Wyatt, you there?
Did Wyatt break?
Uh-oh.
Hello.
There you are.
Hi.
You okay? If you okay?
Yes. What was the last thing that you heard from me?
A
I
while
don't remember,
ago
but
now?
it hit.
Oh,
I don't remember, but what's the last you heard from us?
No, I've heard you the whole time.
Okay, good.
So yeah, Hyrule's looking
yeah.
at Wyatt like, are you seeing this? What I'm seeing?
Why gives big shrug? Oh.
And then Hyrule looks back at Jacob and oh my, I forgot the other guy's name.
Rickaby.
And giving the look, are you seeing this too?
Did you just see that?
Yep.
Rickaby shrugs and says, "Not the strangest thing I've seen today."
I give Hyrule a twitch on the eye.
It's a lot.
Have we taken another prisoner?
I don't know if prisoner is the right word.
Yeah.
If prisoner is what you must call me to satiate the black-furred golden one, then fine, call me what you must. But I don't do well. But I don't do well in orange jumpsuits, I'll have you know.
Oh, don't worry about that.
By the way, Jacob, are we waiting for Cashel and David?
Good question. Jacob will get back on the earpiece one more time and say, "Hey, Cashel, did Curebold actually say where he's taking you?"
Just to the other side. I
That's
have
not
the
good.
device with me to open a rift. I don't know how it'll work on the other side, but... well, we'll come out wherever we can and either radio for pickup or possibly be at Mirrorpool anyways. We'll see. Just
Okay.
probably warn Mirrorpool that might be the case, and so we're not shot when the rift opens there.
No worries. I'll send word ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Jacob turns to the party and says, "Cashel will meet us back at home."
How?
Your guess is as good as mine. Now come on. We're burning daylight.
Wyatt, looks at Jacob, then back at the manor, like, what? We're just...
Can Hyrule roll perception to see what's going on?
Would that be insight?
Or insight?
Yeah, that'll probably be insight.
Okay. And insight.
I have 1 dot of insight if you wanna...
Sure.
Yep. Want to help?
6. I'm not even surprised.
You do have a reroll as a party, I think.
Do you want me to reroll that? Or should we just save it for another time?
I don't think it changes much of what happens.
Yeah.
It's not like we're gonna run back in after him.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
This gonna be my answer right now.
Just a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Just one hell of a first message, corpse.
Sammy has run off ahead towards the helicopter. He ain't waiting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Hyro follow, but not really happy about it, but he will.
Yeah. Wyatt's like... Wyatt doesn't want to leave Cashel and David, but...
We have no
He's
choice.
He's kind of outvoted.
Yeah.
And we're not just gonna run back in.
Especially with all those people not being distracted anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess get in the helicopter.
All right.
And we stop being in our Digimon forms at some point.
No, we were in Digimon forms the entire time.
No, I mean we were, but now.
Yeah.
You
As
were in your
Crane-
Digimon form as a Meech.
I mean, wasn't Sammy?
Mm-mm.
So Sammy went to the other world even briefly in human form.
Actually, that's a good question. Would that have worked, Maddie? Or I'd have that turn into a Biyomon?
I mean, if you went in human form and then just emerged on the other side, you're probably fine.
There you go.
Like, Sammy was in there for like what? Like a minute maybe?
Yeah,
doesn't
however long he perceived being in there, he was in there about like 20 times as quickly in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
like, yeah, it's not a case of it's not like Edgar, who had a very long time to undergo malfaction.
Wait, does that mean like Shell could just pop up in the elevator before we get there?
Not impossible.
But no, that's not a...
That would be hilarious!
She beats us to mirror.
I'm like, what? Wait, what? What?
That would be the funniest thing.
It would.
Also, you said elevator again. I'm beginning to think you're missing your Piedmon.
Look, I don't know why I'm confusing helicopter and elevator today. What is a helicopter except the sky elevator?
But yeah, Crane will spin the propellers up and take you guys off while your prisoner lays back, his legs crossed, and says, "So, darling, an Airbus? Really?"
Look, it's comfy. And we were prepared to have had the shit beaten out of us, and an Airbus is way comfier when you are have broken ribs than a tiny helicopter.
Wait, we were expecting that?
Well, we're always expecting that.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you should be expecting that the mission could end catastrophically.
Yeah, but that's
Alright.
like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Well, no, it's more of a I'm prepared for it to happen. I just don't want it to.
Well, that's what David... Wait, where's David?
With Cashel.
Where's Cashel?
Looks at Jacob.
That's a great question. Hey, Jacob.
Yes.
Where's Cashel and David?
I don't know.
And how just facepalm.
We didn't
Okay.
leave them behind, right?
Okay,
We
well, I'm
did.
being a little reductive. You see, our target, he wants to travel through the other world. He doesn't believe he can escape, what with his disabilities and all. Cashel wanted to go with him alone, and I wouldn't let him do that, so I sent David with them.
And not the rest of us?
I tried to get him to take the rest of you,
Oh, did
But I'm not
Cashel
gonna-
say that?
but I'm not going to sit there and argue with him. Dude's scary.
It's fine. It just means we have more leg room now. They'll be fine, I'm sure. And Simon like kicks up his legs on another seat.
At this point, Crane will begin handing out her little snacks, as the storyteller has a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Which interrogation would we like to handle first?
Ooh.
We just roll a
Rookipi
die.
or Kerbal?
That's right.
I
I
vote
mean,
Kerbal first, because I need to get some water.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot.
All right.
Okay, I guess I can go without food.
Damn, no!
I guess I can hold it just a little bit longer.
Oh my
Oh my-
god!
All right,
Oh.
David, Cashel. As soon as David is present in the corridor and the door is shut behind him, the metal door will open, revealing two figures, one much smaller than the other. The smaller one is a little dachshund, little black and brown dachshund, who continues to growl and bark at you the entire time. As you walk through the area. The other is what you presume must be Agent Kerbold, a very, very old man hunched over a oxygen tank, a mask covering his face, connected to said tank. You sure took your time.
I was trying to get my friend here with us.
David waves.
Kashil and
This is David.
David. A biblical name. Let us hope you are so blessed.
Well, we shall see.
I'm sorry, Monty, but I'm afraid I will have to leave you behind. Do that face you were always so good at, and perhaps the soldiers will feed you. He reaches down to pet the little dachshund, who is blissfully unaware of what the situation is. Kerbold leans back up and says, "Now, are you ready?"
We are as ready as we'll ever be.
Good. I do not think we'll be coming back to this place, so if you have any other business, I suggest you'd handle it now.
Our allies are headed back as we speak.
Can we keep the puppy?
You're not
Did
there!
someone who's not here ask that? With that, Kerbold will turn to the back of the room where a ring of electrical nodes has been hung up along the wall. Now, we finally get to see if this works. Cover your ears, friends. This is going to be quite loud.
Kashel will do so.
David will do the dog, flap his ears over to where they're covered by the flaps.
And Kerbold will reach down and cover both of Monty's ears with one hand.
Aww.
As he presses a green button on the wall, and the ring of electrical diodes crackles with electricity, which eventually becomes so strong they arc between each other, creating a ring. Kerbold saunters over to a canister of some gas that is hooked up to the same contraption and begins turning the valve until slowly the arc gets more colorful and expands inward. Once the energy finally connects in the center, there is a loud shockwave that sends paper and small bits of furniture flying around the room. Over your own covered ears, you can hear you can hear Kerbold shouting with surprise in a different language before he takes his hand off of Monty's ears and says, "You've been a good boy. You will do well out there. Now go." Before opening the door and letting in the sound of several pissed off and confused soldiers. As for us, I suppose it's time we leave.
Agreed.
For the best.
He steps in through the rift he's created and waits for you two.
Kashel will go in.
And David will follow.
Once everyone is through, Kerbold will reach back through the rift to grab the tank on the other side, wield it through, and then very quickly unscrew the tube that was connecting the tank to the contraption on the other side. Out of whatever gas was flowing through it, the contraption fizzles out and the rift wanes, leaving you all in a rather confusing looking otherworld. Where are my manners? I am Agent Kerbold.
I am Kashel, as I've said.
And you, David.
I am David.
I understand that Mirapul has some questions for me.
It does. For the start, what are you offering to Mirapul?
Information. All that I have left on those who defected with me.
What is this information?
The grandest of negotiators does not give up information too early, Kashel. You understand this.
Ergo, he's not going to tell us anything until we're back at Marple.
I hope you will understand if I wish to inspect your possessions that you're bringing with.
Of course. By all means, he says, extending his hands outwards, taking very special care to ensure his oxygen tank is propped up on his leg.
Unfortunately, that will also be inspected.
I've no problem with you inspecting it, but to disassemble it would be killing me.
Cashel is at least going to, you know, I'm assuming that it is one of those, like the hose in the nostril thing setup.
Kind of, except for Kerbold, it's a full face mask.
Can you hold your breath for a moment?
I don't think that's the problem. I don't think his lungs can. With this type of setup, it's usually lung. What am I trying to say? Lung capacity is an issue. Meaning, there's probably something wrong with him. So even if he could hold his breath, he probably wouldn't last very long.
The
Your friend
problem,
understands.
I understand that that you would not be able to do it for long. However, you are also a bioweapon expert.
Do you have a secondary oxygen tank in case this one were to fail?
I had hoped we would expediently get to wherever you're taking me, that I may find a place to refill it soon. So no.
Unfortunate. Well, boss, it's your call, but I don't think there's any way to properly examine this tank without killing him.
I wish to just at least breathe in whatever it is, so if it is a weapon, I will be the only one affected, and then we give it back to him.
Can this be accomplished? That is the question.
For a
Looking
moment,
at him.
you may. Prepare, though, to be very, very awake.
I'd imagine this is a very potent oxygen mixture.
Is
Not
this
simply oxygen.
Right.
what is it?
I could give you the technical terms, but I doubt you would understand them, Kashiel. So let me instead say, you know how you have this epinephrine when you have an allergic reaction to something?
Yes.
I am, in few words, allergic to the air which you breathe. And yet, I must breathe. So, contained within this tank is a compound which heightens my blood pressure greatly, enabling toxins to more fluidly pass through my veins.
Ah, I see. Since you can't really adapt to oxygen very well, it's better to get the histamines to go through quickly rather than to dispel them naturally through an antihistamine or through the body's natural response.
Correct. If you wish to breathe what this tank contains, you may. It will not harm you, but you will notice the effects very quickly.
Very well, I will take you at your word on that. Actually, no. I'm gonna do an insight. Fuck that. I'm not taking him at his word. At least not without. At least not without doing a check.
While you're rolling, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Zim trusting no one once again.
Do I have reason to?
Do you have reason?
You hear Hiro. Teamwork!
Teamwork! Teamwork!
Actually, I've got a... See, Hyro's nowhere near, and see, no one.
The gymnastics are almost impressive at this point.
Alright, so I've got one extra die. Sure, I'll toss it on this.
All right. You have no reason to believe what he says. However, Kerbold has thus far presented to you as very pragmatic, as someone who very much understands the situation that he's in. If he were to lie to you, and you were to find out, and especially if you were to get angry with him, you have all the power in the world to straight up kill him if that is your want. You imagine he must be aware of this, and while he is holding some things back from you, as he stated earlier, he seems to be in no rush to piss you off either.
I'm
For
back.
this reason, you're leaning towards he's probably telling the truth.
And welcome back.
All right. Kashel will take him at his word then.
Thank you.
Well, then prepare yourself, Kashel. Make it quick.
Oh, he's not going to do the mask thing.
Oh, okay.
So, where the heck are you guys right now?
The other world.
Yeah, but what's it look like?
Yeah!
Otherworldly.
Not like Earth.
Do you want... Actually, it's interesting you should say that, Zim. In an uncanny way, it does look like Earth. Just wrong, somehow. It's as if the whole world had been divided on a grid. And then the pieces of the grid had been shuffled around at random, keeping whatever happened to be on that particular grid space, including sections of buildings, sections of people, and real-world locations.
Wait, sections of people?
So it looks like the world was put together by a blind person.
So basically, I hate to describe this because this is going to trigger several of my phobias, but imagine
Don't worry about that.
the entire...
I think we've got the idea.
No, I can describe it pretty well now. The entire world exists on a flat plane on a sheet of graph paper. Or rather, that a sheet of transparent graph paper were layered over the entire world. Then, you can pick up one of the squares of that graph paper, and everything sitting upon it moves with that square undisturbed. It looks as if someone has taken every single square and put it somewhere else.
Shuffled them up.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Exactly. The world was put together by a blind person.
The casual ableism continues.
Now, we merely need to find a place within this section. Sorry, found his voice. Now, we nearly need to find a place within this section of the other world that corresponds to some place in the real world. So, remind me, what does this mirror pool look like again?
Cashel will offer description.
I see. I am vertically challenged at the moment. But if you have someone who can get up high and look for those things, this would aid our journey.
Cashel actively floating in front of him.
Yes, this is Kachel's calling right here.
Cashel's gonna fly up.
All right.
Slide whistle noise as he ascends.
Having a look around, it's hard to make sense of many of the things that have been shuffled up in this weird theoretical grid space. However, you do find patches of a very familiar looking landing strip. And one such section of this landing strip has a rather familiar looking platypuppy just bounding around, being a nuisance to security guards.
I see where we must go. This way.
David will assist Kerbal if needed.
All right. This walk goes on for what in this world is a pretty long time. Day and a half, maybe 2 days.
Ugh.
But do you feel like you're getting tired?
No, not in the same way that you would in the real world.
And that's what's so creepy about it.
That's the
Yeah.
uncanny.
Yep.
That said, there's an entirely different interrogation happening in the real world, I imagine.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile,
So as one Rickaby chows down on snacks afforded to him by Crane, he manages to mumble out through a mostly full mouth, "Oh, thank you, darling. You're absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you."
Mm. Anyway, so you were gonna explain what your deal was?
Oh, yes. See, I didn't mean this to get all autobiographical. I'm actually not that great at talking about myself. However, if you have any particular questions, I would be happy to answer.
Hey, okay, so Sammy, this guy here complains to have one parent be a human and the other a Digimon.
That's why you use protection.
this has been your PSA from ZGF Gaming.
See, I was expecting Sammy to go full curious question mode.
Humans have the capacity to be vile.
I mean, I don't know, unless you like Huh. I mean, I've never looked when I was a Digimon. I mean, could you?
Sammy,
Huh?
that part can be dropped. We don't need to know that much.
Really? Really? You expected him to be curious. What did you think he would be curious about? Well, the fact that he
Exactly.
is a, hybrid, or wow, this is
Is
Gibbs
the
Gab.
Digimon
Seriously.
equipped?
Do be Gib Gab, actually. I should have
Yeah,
thought of
no.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was gonna be
no,
in the line of
that's my
questioning
fault.
eventually.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Like, I'm just like, how do you look at Wyatt? Like, what did you expect?
Well, okay, look, I'm just assuming if a human and a Digimon want to be compatible, that they can be. Otherwise, the only solution is that I'm sorry to inform you, you might be adopted. I don't know. What do you think it could be?
Well, you're half right?
Digimon do asexual reproduction. That's cool.
Wow, I did not expect you to pick up on that so quickly. Yes.
Whoa!
It makes sense, right? If they're just data, you can just replicate the data.
Mind blown.
Siri getting that instantly is so good though. Of course Sammy would clock that
Yep.
second one.
So, now that you've got it so quickly, I guess I don't need to explain that, I do have a mom and a dad, and I am my mom, and, how do I put this?
That might need explanation.
Like, I was like, dude, I
Huh?
don't say like, you are your mom?
Well, see, that's kind of the strange bit. Asexual reproduction is the main means by which you acquire new Digimons. This much is true. However, when presented in a data form, when a human has a Digicore, it is possible to replicate and to repurpose data from that Digicore. This duplication, this commodification, is 100% capable of how do you put it? Creating new life.
Uh-huh.
Hiro nods.
And judging by the look on your face, friend, I believe you are the one who wants the most specific answers, he says, narrowing his eyes at Hiro.
Hiro squints. Like, how,
Hmm?
how did you know?
Well, now that you said that, it's obvious.
Yeah, no, say it, but like, still.
There,
He doesn't have Kacho's training.
you don't know that.
No, I'm talking about Hiro.
Oh.
He smirks and says, so, whatever horrible, awful, evil, disgusting thing you would like to do with your Digimon friend, it's possible, I assure you.
That was a lot of judgment.
Wait, what? Hiro blinks. What?
I
That
said,
was
whatever horrible, awful, evil thing you would like to do with your Digimon friend, it is 100% possible if they would stoop to your level. However, it is not necessary to create an entirely new being, nor to create a different being with the same general features of its creator.
So Digimon are ace. Got it.
That was a lot of. I'm gonna repeat myself. That was a lot of judgment.
Oh, please, I know you're judging me. You must think I'm strange.
I mean, everyone's strange. I
That's
don't
not
really
that weird.
believe. I don't really believe in normal.
It's also not that weird. I mean, there's plenty of like animals that reproduce asexually. I mean, there's literally types of animals that will just like grow from another part of the animal. So in a sense, like effectively having a creature composed of data that repurposes itself to create something new, it's not really that weird.
I am so glad someone understands. Oh, I thought I was going to be explaining this all day. You are my new favorite.
Hey, let's go.
Of course, Sammy's his new favorite.
This tells me I have high expectations of you, darling. Please don't disappoint me.
Oh no.
I don't
Don't
think
worry.
you can promise that.
Congratulations, Sammy.
I'll try my best.
Did you have any other questions, or can I begin playing my violin now?
You can play the violin?
Yes,
Thank
did you think I
you.
carried it around for nothing?
Yes.
Can you? You don't have to, but can you tell us what Digimon your mom was?
He mulls it over for a bit, then shrugs and says, I don't know. My father never told me.
No, okay. Is that all he knows is it was a Digimon then?
That's correct. I gathered the traits of a most wonderful human musician and, well, whatever came before me. The only difference is I can bleed. That's not fun.
So his dad was a bard. Got it.
Suddenly, it all makes sense.
Yep.
Such as the bard seduces the most beautiful dragon and then lowers her. Filth. Disgusting. I deign to think what my mother ever saw in a human. Anyhow. You, my new favorite. Do you know any... I hate to ask this. Do you know any country songs? They're the only ones that really use violins anymore. The only ones that have lyrics anyways.
Yeah. You should play The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. It's got some good violin riffs in it.
But it'd take like the
Oh,
world's greatest
no.
violinist to do that, so...
It was a
It's
fiddle, I know.
It's a fiddle, but that's great because that's what he's got.
Or I thought it was a
So-
violin.
You think that's a mistake? It's not.
No, Mario keeps swapping it in and out, but it is actually a fiddle.
I
Yes.
thought it. Oh, okay.
Oh, I use the words fiddle and violin interchangeably.
Well, yeah, but you confirm that it was actually a fiddle.
Oh, earlier this session I said it was actually a violin.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure you said
If
it
I-
was a fiddle.
It is what it is at the moment.
Okay, anyways, carry on.
That is one of my favorites. Though I do have to wonder why the devil would go to a place in the Caucasus region.
No, it's the Georgia in the States. There's a state called Georgia.
A state? Well, yes, in the Black Sea.
No. There's one in the United States.
The United States.
Oh my God.
Yeah. North America.
Wait, so is the state North America or...
So the continent is North America, and then there's a state in a country in the continent of North America.
Haru
The
is face palming.
state in the
all-
country?
Yes,
while
a state is a
happening-
legal subdivision that's considered a territory within the broader national entity that is the United States.
while
Which is a
these-
country.
Yes.
While
In
these
the
two are-
continent of North America.
While these two are talking, Haru's gonna go to Wyatt. This is gonna be this is gonna take the entire time, isn't it?
Probably. Honestly, if it means I don't have to come up with more questions, I am fine with that.
All right.
Tell you what. You tell me more about this Georgia and these United States.
Oh my God.
Oh dear. And I will not torture you with the anthem of Tavisu Pleba.
Oh, but you should play the fiddle. I'd love to hear that. Can you sing?
Fine. I've never really tried, actually.
Oh, don't worry, I'll
Anyway.
sing. I love singing.
A 1 and a 2 and a...
Oh no.
Is that what this is gonna be? Sammy singing and him playing the fiddle?
That's exactly it.
You want me to roll performance?
Yes, please.
Oh
Are
my
we torturing the
goodness.
list?
Oh my goodness!
Let's go
Okay,
on. So
The first thing to know is however good they are at this, the instrument is very loud inside of an airbus.
You know? Yeah.
Oh, this can only end poorly. Hey, do you
Welcome
want
back
to give me teamwork?
tinnitus.
Ren,
I
do you
am-
want to give me teamwork?
No.
Aw.
Well, teamwork would make them have a better performance and thus not give us real bad ear problems.
You went
Yeah.
fine. Teamwork. Get 2
7.
more.
Pog.
Not
I'm not
bad
gonna
at
reroll
all.
anything. Every time my body, it sucks, so I'm not gonna do it. Thank you, Hyra.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, the 6 are actually not that bad. However, you're still annoying the shit out of Jacob and Crane, who are severely bothered by how loud the violin is.
Man, the digital world is so nice and quiet. Man, this
Yeah,
is
it's so peaceful here.
Actually, there is one other thing I want to hear from Hyro in particular.
Hmm?
When you do finally find time and a way to sleep tonight, traveling from the Airbus takes a little while. How are you going to do it? Specifically, in which form are you going to do it?
Tilts head back and forth.
You
Trying
gonna
to
do it in front of everybody?
Oh, well.
Ren, just to clarify for you, he's asking if you're sleeping in Digiform.
Yes, I know. I'm not that much of a himbo master.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Not quite.
Presses X to doubt.
But no, he is going to sleep on his human form.
Okay.
All right. Then this optional scene sails merrily by.
Hmm.
Oh, you missed a private action, bummer.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Well, I mean,
However.
he's not gonna do it in front of everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's... Considering we were explicitly told not to, and someone might stop him.
Well, the thing is,
Uh,
that was from Raban, though, right?
Yes.
But we...
Raban told you to sleep in, Digiform.
No, I'm talking about.
Castillo said not
Castillo.
to.
Oh, Castillo said okay.
But that was under Raban's supervision, so we don't know how true that is, but still,
In front of everybody. Yeah.
That's okay. There's one other thing I want to check up on. Now that I'm going down the checklist here. David,
Hello.
your most adorable of haunts finds itself in your lap at some point during the night.
Hello, little buddy.
Hi.
Hello.
David's with Cashel in the other world, right?
Yep.
Yep. So, how'd you get here?
Well, we had to accompany an old man from a hostile environment. He would not have been able to get out without a lot of bloodshed, so this was the safest alternative.
Okay. So this old man, why is he so important?
Well, he might have some information about some individuals that we have come into conflict with that we might
Who in the
be-
hell are you talking to?
I'm talking to my little buddy.
Kerbold will turn his head. His eyes narrowed. Little buddy. Where is
Yeah.
this friend of yours?
He's right here.
Can Cashel see that?
No.
But Cashel has seen him before, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. He has a haunt that I cannot see right now for some reason, but he does have one.
David,
Yes.
you would do well to remember one thing. Digimon are as self-interested as any other creature. A haunt, even a friendly one, has intentions. Be careful what you convey to your new friend.
Duly noted.
Jeez, that guy's kind of mean.
Well, I wouldn't say mean. More
Careful.
careful. It comes with age. We all get like that.
Still, I don't like to think anyone doesn't like me. Do you
Don't
like me?
worry, little buddy. I like you.
The little
Gives-
puffball hops up on your
gives-
shoulder and just kind of nuzzles against your cheek.
It gives pets and nuzzles in return.
All right. The last half day of travel down. What's the conversation been like in the other world?
Cashel will be asking various, what is the information that you've got to share? Is it up to date? Is it relevant?
Can you go through these things one at a time for me?
Sure.
Awesome.
So, what is the information that you were wanting to share?
Locations, names, powers, these things.
Do you happen to have it written down by chance?
If I say yes, do you intend to take it from me and leave me in this place?
No. However, I will say that things can be dangerous. I have no intention of harming you, but that does not mean that I would like to see this information be lost.
No, friend. I wasn't genuinely probing you for possibilities. I was merely trying to avail you of a line of thinking. If it were a mere sheet of paper, one could take it from me and leave me in whatever state they wished. This is precisely why I haven't made record of it.
Do your former compatriots know that you intend to give this to us?
Only one.
Who is that?
He mulls over the answer to this question, and moreover, whether he wants to tell you for a long while before saying, "Have you met a fellow wearing dark robes, which sink into the floor, as with the darkness itself?"
Well, I
The
know the
robed
first
guy
guy
we
was... Yeah, I know the first guy was in a robe, but I don't know if it was... that? Was it?
Is he talking about Yonkin?
I feel like as a storyteller, I have a responsibility not to guide you by answering that question.
I mean,
Mm.
I think reminding us of something that happened, months ago in real life, but only, couple days ago in game.
So, yes, I agree with what you're saying. And I can tell you that your description of Yongen is accurate, but I cannot metagame tell you if that's who he's talking about here.
Oh, well. That wasn't what I was asking for, but yeah. It was Yongen was the name of the guy in the robes?
Yes, that was his name.
Okay. We did meet someone in robes by the name of Yongen.
The hemologist. Yes. He isn't the one of which I speak, but perhaps you have seen him more recently than I have. You will have better information than I on his whereabouts then. The one of whom I speak is one far more dangerous. The Herald of the Otherworld, as he was nicknamed. Are you familiar with the genesis of Mirrorpool?
Well, first off, we have fan art.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know. Pat the Fluffy.
Ido, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
The scale is perfect too.
Yep.
But yeah, that aside, I do not know much of how Mirrorpool started, no.
Without giving the entire game away, Crescendo was the name given to one of the premier operators in the Mirror Pool Agency, whose seniority is only rivaled by Valen Castillo himself. They were also our leader. That is the leader of the defectors.
I see. Definitely was not informed of this.
I do not claim to know why Castillo would hide this information from you all. However, Valen and Crescendo had a bit of a falling out. Crescendo wished to harness the other world's power for the agency's means, for the benefit of your world. And you know, Valen, why this wouldn't sit right with him.
Ah, understood. Definitely side with Valen on that then.
Welcome back, Hyro.
Thank you. How much longer we have for today? Gotta go to sleep soon.
Oh, good point.
Uh,
This is actually the time that we're supposed to end.
Oops. Okay.
Cry.
Then shit, I don't have some big cliffhanger, so we'll just cut it off right here.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you guys for meeting Kerbold and not killing and or leaving Rickaby.
I am still not sure about Rickaby.
My guilty conscience wouldn't allow it. Or house, I should say, but still.
Good to know. Good to know. So, Maddie, I would like to work on a chip that gets implanted into the brain.
Go on.
Oh no.
No, not actually.
All right. Anyways,
was
I
just
look forward to
expecting
hearing the baby
sweets.
names from Hyro and King, and
Oh, that's easy and straightforward. Prince or princess.
oh my god,
Oh my
you're so
god!
right.
I love it.
I've
No!
already been
Awesome.
teasing Ren about that.
No! Wait, you have?
Ladies and gentlemen, the himbo.
All right.
Renasal themselves. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for playing.
Thank you for
Of course.
running. And thank you
Thank
all
you,
so much
Mario.
for joining us today on the stream for Agents of Reflection Scar, as well as this Art Marten stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around. Going and checking out my friends who also stream, such as Mario Rasu and Renazel59, because Ren hates underscores. And of course, you can also help out by subscribing to us on YouTube and checking out our new Spotify, which has all of these episodes uploaded at the same time as YouTube. But for now, thank you so much for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest a duke.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.